Hey, this is Edgar Prasad, Rancho Prasad LLC. Today's date's June 26, 2023, and see, I got some wax here. This one is pretty clean, so I'm going to do something with that one. This one needs to be processed a little bit more, not too much more, but just a little bit more. So let me dump these in here to start melting. It might be a while, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make my own wax foundations with them. So I'm going to use this here too, so I gotta make sure I can get this can out of here and use this as my pouring tray. But I got this mold here. I have it on wax paper, and just so one of my wife's cooking sheets, I gotta be careful with that. Make sure I don't get it dirty, because she will kill me if I do. And I got some more wax in here, and then some of the candles I've been making. But I'm gonna try to make my own wax foundations. So this is a mold I bought. It was like $11 online. So let me get the wax melted, and we'll try our first one and see how it goes. Alright, so I'm back. The wax took a lot longer to melt than I expected it to, but it happens. So I'm going to spray some soapy water on this thing. That's what the videos I've seen and stuff recommend. And hopefully I'm using this canister here, and hopefully it's enough to get the whole thing. Try to come on. So they say to start on one end, start pouring. I made a mess. Well, it's expected. And they say to just kind of go down with it, and hopefully it'll see. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna push the wax out, and then so just give it about a minute or so to let it cool off and dry. And I'm using the wax paper because then I can take all this excess here that's spilt and put it back into the wax melter and remelt it. So that's the goal. Hopefully that works, but we'll give it a little bit, and then we'll open up and see how it looks. But yeah, I don't know how that's coming out there, but and like I said, it's nighttime, so the frogs are out at the pool making a heyday. But I don't know if that's ready or not. I don't want to be premature on this thing either. But yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Let's see. I mean, I missed a corner up here. It looks like I missed the corner a little bit up here, you see. But you know what? This is my first time doing it, so that's the beauty of this thing, though. If it doesn't come out, you can always remelt it, put it back in the wax, and remelt it. So yeah, it looks like it wasn't ready to come out yet, so I'll leave it open like this a little bit and let it harden up a little bit. But I am gonna probably end up throwing this back in there and redoing it just to test it out, because let's see. Yeah, see, I'm doing this prematurely. I should have given it more time. I'm being impatient, so that's my bad. It happens, you know. So let me put that back in the wax here to remelt and then recollect it. But I mean, it looks like it's gonna. I'm just a little bit more patient. I mean, it looks pretty darn good. So hopefully it'll come out in the way it's supposed to, and do everything the way I want it to. Yes, but there's a beauty of this. I mean, you mess up, it's wax, so you just remelt it. It's not like I just wasted all this wax. All I gotta do is put it back in here and remelt it, and be good to go. So trying to get it off from the back side over here, but yeah, I just got to be a little bit more patient with it, and give it a little bit more time to harden up on here. But yeah, and I think the pour was pretty good. It's pretty thick, you can see. So I mean, it looks like it did get stuck on some spots a little bit more than I would have liked it to, so I don't know if that maybe just needs a little bit more soapy water on those spots or what. You know, if I actually wanted to, I could probably even grab my heat gun and maybe just, you know, use the heat gun to melt it, but I don't know how that would do with this rubber here, so that's my only concern with it. But let's see. Shake whatever the excess off. Now let's see. Like, see, I've got these things where it's supposed to clip, but it wasn't really clipping that good, so I have these. I might have to get another one for the middle, just to make sure it does clip the way we want it to, but I don't know how long this is going to take to remelt, but I'm going to have to give it a little bit. So let me finish cleaning this up, and then I'll get back with you guys once I'm ready to try it again, and hopefully be a little bit more patient. Alright, let's try this again and see what happens. Squirt bottle. I don't know, maybe I under-squirted last time, maybe I over-squirted this time. Who knows? But we will find out. Alright, let's see. Alright. Seemed to hopefully we did better this time with it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a few minutes this time. Just let it, the outside that's spilled out here, I'm going to let it harden up before I even go into the inside there. So we're going to give it a little bit. So I'm going to just turn off the camera, let it harden up, and wait, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so as you can see, this is all, it's still a little soft, not too much, but it's all, you know, ready. Underneath it's still wet. Oh, that's coming out my fingers. Actually kind of hot. It burns a little bit. Let me, so hopefully it's ready to come out. If not, I'm gonna call it quits for today and try some other day because it's getting late and I gotta wake up early tomorrow to work. But you can see it's peeling off nicely. Looks a little thin on the edges. It's cracked right here. I don't know if that's coming out on camera. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to come up, but yeah, it's cracked right there. So I don't know how if I'm going to be able to pull this out or not because it looks really thin right here. But let's do this. Let's take these clips off. Take the whole thing off. And let's see if we looks like it cracked over here too, so yeah, this is all cracking. Yeah. So yeah, it's another failure here, but yeah, it's all cracking and coming apart, so that's fine. Like I said, I can always just remelt it all, so I'll try again. Not today, it's getting late. See, it's kind of, yeah, I wonder why it's doing that. It still feels warm too, so I wonder if I just need to give it more time to harden. All the videos I saw said give it like 2 minutes or so, but maybe, I mean, we are in Arizona. It is a lot hotter out here right now, so maybe I need to give it more time to harden. I don't want to do this inside because I don't want to make a mess with the wax inside the house, so I'm going to just call it quits for tonight. And maybe, I don't think I'm going to have time tomorrow, but I'll try again some other day. It's, like I said, it's not like I'm wasting any wax. That's the beauty of this, is that if you mess up, you can keep trying until you get it right. And this is my first time doing this, so it is is a learning experience for me. So let me put this the way I want it and then go from there. But yeah, so I mean, it should work eventually. I mean, I can do some more research on this to make sure I'm doing this right. Get another clip to put here in the middle, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, it's not sticking, so that's good. But it's just it's still kind of warm when I pull it out. So I wonder if I have to leave it in there way longer than what I was doing. But let me turn this off and unplug it. But yeah, I'm gonna just I'll try again. Probably sometime this week or next week. But we'll see. Alright, so today's Wednesday the 28th, and I'm going to give this here another shot, see if I can't get it to come out. I'm actually going to let it sit on here for a lot longer than I have been letting it sit. I was just giving like a couple minutes. I might give it an hour or so. It is kind of hot out here, so I don't know if the heat maybe has something to do with it or a lot to do with it. I don't know, but let's give this a try and see what happens. Trying to make sure I get all the edges, that there's no spots without combing. I might need a bigger container to pour this out with, or who knows, maybe this one might just be good enough, but we'll see. Alright, so alright, there we go, I got it. So we'll just let it sit there. We'll probably let it sit for about 40 minutes or so, maybe an hour, and then I'll come take a look at it and try and see if I can't get it off, and we'll go from there. Alright, so it's been a little bit over 40 minutes, I want to say, so let's see. I'm gonna probably not to crack by doing that, but I'm trying to see if I can cut this off before I lift it up, because I don't want all this attached to it. I should bring like a little knife or something to carve this off with, but oh well, live and learn. We'll see how that there looks, and then I'm gonna take these clips off here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to see if I can just flip it over and maybe have it come straight out. No, it didn't come out all that perfect, but it does look a lot better than it did before. So let's see. Alright, now let's see if I can just kind of, bam, there it is. Alright, so it's not like perfect, but I mean, there's no cracks on it or anything like that, so that's good. Oh wow, it just feels really flimsy, so I'm gonna put it on a, no, it flew away. I had a piece of newspaper up there, now it's gone. Let me thought I had put a weight on it. Let me see if I can't find it. I'm gonna put this on there, take it inside, maybe let it cool down a little bit. It'll harden up a little bit better than what it is now, because like I said, it is hot out here. Alright, so here it is. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than it was before. It's got some gaps in it and stuff. As you can see, like Violet there, you can kind of see the light through some, or light coming in through some spots, but you know what, that'll work for me. It'll get the job done, and I'm going to see about framing up, and hopefully the next ones I make come out looking better. Alright, so I'm getting ready to frame one of them up, but I don't know if you guys can see here, it's a little bit thick. I put it in here as best as I could, and but it's still a little bit big, so I'm going to try to frame it up. Before I do that, I'm going to grab it's a little plastic, I don't want to say razor, but it's like a little cutter thing. I'm just going along the wood here and cutting it, so it'll kind of go into place a little bit. Ah, it's cracking on me, damn it. Yeah, that's alright. The bees will hopefully fix anything that gets messed up. If it gets messed up too too bad. I don't know if you guys can see how it cracked right there. So let me just cut this here, and then I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to put it in here. I probably should have done the string before I did any of this, but I jumped the gun, of course. The issue is that it's so it's kind of warm out here today, so I think with the heat, it's actually making it a little bit more pliable, the wax. I don't know if you guys can see it freaking cracking on me, which I do not like. Which I could probably do this inside, but I don't want to cause a mess inside for the wife either. Get wax all over the place. Good way to piss the wife off, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the good thing about this is if I mess it up, I could always remelt it and redo it, so it's not like I'm really losing anything if this doesn't work. And also this frame, I just realized doesn't have any holes on the side. So I'm gonna have to see, it's supposed to have holes on the side here, so I'm gonna have to drill some holes on the side so this thing will work. So let me do that real quick and I'll get back with you guys. Alright, so I got the holes drilled on the side, and let me show you guys what I'm going to do next. I've been kind of trying to store this inside when I get done, just to keep it somewhat stiff, but it's just, I don't want to do anything else inside because I don't want to make a mess for the wife, but I'm going to grab these nails here. They're like 16 by 5/8. I'm going to grab 2 and hammer 1 in on this side. Just really small nails, and actually I was looking for smaller, but this is all I could find at the time, so come on. Do one more down here. You want to make sure when you hammer these in, they're just a little bit off centered from the holes that are on the frames, so that you don't, when you hammer them all the way in, they don't actually go through your fishing line, which I'm about to use. Here's my fishing line. I'm just grabbing an old fishing pole that the spool on it is broken. I'm just kind of recycling here. So. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run it through this bottom hole here. Run it across to the top hole. I don't know if it's going to come out, but I'm going to come down to the next hole here. And then we're going to bring it to this, and oh, hold on. Just going to run it through the hole here. See, that's why it's a little tight, but all right. And then we're just going to wrap this around a few times. We're going to hammer this down and always kind of hold that in there. And then you're going to pull this as tight as you can. Flip it, or not flip it, and then do it over here also. And hammer that down. Grab scissors, cut that one, cut the little bit of excess we have over here. We're going to flip around and do the same thing on this side here. Like I said, this idea I got from another YouTuber, another beekeeper YouTuber, Fat B-Man is his name. And then there's one more step I'm going to take to make sure it's nicely secure, and then I'll show you guys what that step is. And I got that idea from another YouTuber. I gotta look up who it was so I can give him credit for it. But yeah, these are all there was two ideas I saw, and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And then I saw this one, and I'm like, oh, that's another good idea. So I'm just kind of combining two good ideas that I saw in hopes that this would work. But yeah, so the reason I'm doing this is because I plan on harvesting honey here soon, and I still actually have some frames, or not some frames. I have some of these smaller beeswax things in the shed that I'll probably end up using also, that are in so that I can get this done. Once I got 4 of these little frame things done here, but not sure. But yeah, so let me just do it again, and then I'm gonna go find out who was the person that gave me the other idea, and then mention them here, just so I don't want to be taking credit for other people's ideas. But spider. Just got to make sure it's nice and tight over here to the string. Then, I mean, I think with how big this is, I think it should be okay. But I'm just worried that with the heat, if it's not gonna, if it's gonna hold or not. But all right, and then you just kind of see, so it's in there. Just kind of push, shoot the bottom. See how it's all cracked and stuff at the bottom. I'm trying to be careful with that there. But let me go find out who gave me the other idea, then I'll come and show you guys what that other idea is. But yeah, so there it is. It's nice and somewhat secure now in there. So with the string, so hopefully that will get the bees a really good start and something to go off of. But let me go find out who did the other thing, and then I gotta wait for this wax to melt a little bit more before I can do the other part of this. All right, let me show you guys what I'm gonna do next. It's gonna, I don't know if it's gonna come out, but I need a straw. I have some melted wax over here. What I'm doing is putting that melted wax into the straw, and then I'm just kind of dipping it down here at the bottom. I think my angle might be off on that one there, but here, let me show you guys on the top up here. Might be easier. So yeah, so all I'm doing is running wax along the edges here, just like so, and then hopefully it'll stick. And let me see if I can't do the bottom here. It's just the angle kind of, well, not the angle, but when I cut it, it just kind of really kind of sucks. But let's see if I can't. It's almost like just a bead of wax to try to hold it in place. You know, it's hot wax, so then hopefully once it cools off, it'll grab onto it and attach it. I should have a piece of paper because I don't want to start making a mess, but I am dripping wax on the table here, which the wife doesn't like. So I did it on that side. Now let me do this side over here. See, like these here, it's actually not even like on the thing. It's kind of like just falling off. But I mean, this one's big enough that I don't think it really needs it. I think the bees will attach it themselves, but I'll still do the top part here just to make sure it stays secured. And I have a box in the shed with all my bee stuff that it's a cardboard box. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna end up putting these together, and whatever I don't use, I'm just gonna store it in that box. And wife said I could store this in the spare bedroom as long as it's somewhat organized, which is why I'm gonna put it in that box to make sure it stays organized. So that's how I do it on this one. I found some of the other smaller wax ones too, the ones I bought. Let me go grab them real quick and I'll show you guys. So these here, they're a lot smaller, as you can see, but I found a couple of them. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna frame those up, and then I'm gonna end up framing up some more of these wax ones. Then when I do a honey harvest either today or tomorrow, I'm gonna end up putting both of them in there to see which ones the bees like more. So, and I found these frames also that have wire on one side, so it makes it a little bit easier. So I only have to do a string on one side, not the other, but I need to nail them in because the bottoms of them are coming off. So let me get that done and we'll get this project going and go from there. Hopefully we'll be able to harvest some honey either today or tomorrow. Alright, so I'm done with what I have made right now, but these are the ones that I made. You can see, and then these are the ones I bought. These obviously look a little bit nicer and more professional, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them both in the hive when I harvest honey and to see which one the bees seem to take to better. So that's it for this video. Next one will be of me harvesting honey. I don't know if I'm going to do that today or tomorrow because I'm in the shade, and according to our freaking thermostat, I know that's coming out, but it's 110 in the shade. I'm like, really? So I can only imagine what it's like out there. But like I said, so the next video will be harvesting honey. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.